welcome to my channel. My name is Miley, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a petty skirt. As you guys can see, I have a petty skirt under because I made this. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to make a petty skirt and have some fun with it. So let's get started. So let's fold your fabric for the circle skirt pattern. So first, the pattern comes folded already. I mean, not the pattern, the fabric comes folded already. So that's what you will leave it folded like that. And then you just fold it down to however long you want your skirt to be. So that's basically what I'm doing here. Just fold it down, straighten it out and everything. You could measure it while you're doing it if you already got your pattern, but I'm going to show you guys. To get the pattern, you just measure your waist and then divide it by 6.8. So waistline divided by 6.8, and mine was 6.3, so I just estimated to 6.5. If you want, you could add 2 inches and then do the division, so your circle skirt will be more flare and more, pretty. But mine, because I'm making a petticoat, I don't want it to be super flare. I just want, a circle skirt that fit so I could put ruffles on it. So I'm just measuring at the tip here, and then you just go around. So basically you're gonna cut it on the fold and fold. You see how the opening's on the bottom? So I'm doing it on fold and fold, so it will be easier for me. It will be one full piece since I did it on the fold and fold over here. If you wanted 2 pieces, you want 2 side lines, 2 lines on your skirt, then you can go ahead and do it on the opening on this other end over here. But because I'm kind of lazy, I only want 1 seam, I decided to do it on the folds on that side over there. And then the length, you just measure from your waist to however long you want it. So that's how long you will cut it to. And I made my petty skirt pretty short. I believe I made it 18 inches or 15 inches because I didn't want it to show under my skirts and dresses, because I do make some skirts pretty short. And so I wanted to use this like a lot, so I just decided to make it kind of short. Since it's just an underskirt, nobody will really see how short it is. It's just to poof out my dresses and stuff. And then I already made a pattern, and I'm gonna do a video on how to make this pattern, so just go ahead and then just trace it, and you could do your ruler and just go down and then down like we did the waist part, but I already did the pattern, so I just cheated and did it the easy way for me. See, I open it up and it's one whole piece, so if you guys wanted it to be one whole piece, you guys could do like me. But if you like side seams and stuff, then you could go ahead and do 2. So I cut 2 layers of skirt. I cut one at 15 inch and then one at 13 inch. And then now we're just going to do the waistline. I'm cutting 2 pieces, a front and a back waistline. For my waistline, I just do 4 inches because I'm going to fold it in half and put elastic in. If you want, you can measure the elastic and then do times 2 on the elastic. And then I just do my waist and divide it by 2. So my waist was 40, so I just did 22. So you want to add like 2 inches, okay? So that means you will add a total of 4 inches because you're doing 2 pieces. So I just did 22 and then just cut it. So 22 inches across and then 4 inches widthwise. Because once you put the elastic in there, you want to be able to stretch this dress and wear it and stuff. So you want to cut it bigger than your waistline. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and sew the 2 sides. And then we're going to fold it in half. So go ahead and sew the 2 sides there. And now I got my tool. I just used that rough tool stuff because that's what I got. I bought this like years ago, so I just decided to use this. And I'm just cutting them 3 inches each, however long you want. I was doing it for like 2 yards, 3 inches on 2 yards, and I did like 4 pieces, and then I end up having to cut more because the way I gathered it, I gathered it like a bunch together a lot, so that's why I decided to cut more. But if you don't like it gather a lot, then you can just cut less. So it just depends on how much gathering you want your pieces to be. It's how much tool you're gonna cut. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and hem my skirt piece, the white piece. Just go ahead and hem it first before you put the tool on it. So before I hem, because I don't have a serger, I just go ahead and do a zigzag on the end there, you know, just to make sure that it doesn't fray, because cotton really frays when you wash it. So I just did my zigzag first, and then I did roll hem just to be on the safe side. You could just go ahead and do roll hem if you want, or if you have a serger, you could just serge it and then do one hem. But I like to be on the safe side, because before I was really big into hemming, I used to mess it up a lot. Like a lot of my old skirts that I made in the beginning when I first started learning how to sew, yeah, they're coming apart because I didn't do a roll hem. I just did a simple hem. So now I'm going to show you guys 2 ways how to do tulle. So this, I just put it on the largest stitch, like number 4, mine's number 4, and then I just put it on 0 on the tension. And then I just sew this right in the middle, and I'm going to pull it and gather it together. But like I said earlier, I'm going to show you guys how to do 2 different types of gather. This is the one that if you have the patience to do it, and then you could go ahead and do it this way, you see, and then I just pull, just grab one of the thread, not both, just one, and then just pull and gather. So this is the one way that you can do it, but I didn't really like it this way because I feel like it took too long. I was too lazy. But both ways take a lot of patience. So you have to have a lot of patience to do gathering if you want to do this. But if you don't have patience, I'm sorry, maybe you have somebody else do it for you. So yeah, you see how I just gather this, I just pull it towards the back and then gather on the front again, so it just gathered all the way. And then I guess for some reason I got a knot in here, and then I had to take it out. So here's how it should look like once it's gathered. And then I just went and straightened it out and make sure that it's gathered evenly all the way across. So if you want, you could go ahead and do that too. And then I'm just gonna put this on my dress, on the bottom where you just hem. Yeah, just put it right on there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the seam line right on the hem line on the skirt. You see what I'm doing? Ruffles is going to be half off and half on the skirt. You just sew the seam line right on the hem. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to do the other gathered. So basically you just put your tool right on the skirt, and you just push your tool against, right against the needle. Just gather it against the needle, and then just press your foot on your sewing machine. So you could just do this slowly. This, yeah, it takes a lot of patience to do both ends, but I like it this way better because I could actually gather it how I like it. So yeah, you just push it against the needle and then press the foot. You guys see how I'm doing that? Yeah. So just gather as you go, basically. So don't press the presser foot until you gather it against the needle and then press the presser foot, or else you won't really get any gather. And it's just how gather you want this, and then that would be how much you'll put against the needle. If you only want it very lightly, then you just do, push it once. But I like push the fabric, the tulle fabric, like a lot of it against the needle, because I really like it gathered, because I want my underskirt or my petty skirt to be very puffy. And then here I'm just sewing up my side of my waistline. Like I told you guys earlier, just sew the 2 sides. Do not sew any other side besides the 2 sides, because you don't want to close this. You want to be able to put the elastic in it. And then now the tulle are done. The way I put the tulle on this is I put them So I did 3 rows of tools. I did a gather on the bottom. And then on the top skirt, I just did 2 more gathers. So the top skirt will have 2 gathers, as you guys can see. And then the bottom skirt will have 1 gather, because the bottom skirt is, the top skirt is going to go right on top of the bottom skirt here. I did 2 layers like this is because I don't really like the tulle on my skin, so I do it like this so it would be easier on my skin. And then I just go ahead and put the top on top of the bottom skirt, and then just do a top stitch right on the top there, just to put it together. You could do it on the biggest stitch if you want, because we're gonna put the waistline on here too. And as you guys saw, I cut it is because I wanted to have like a side seam. It'll be easier to put the tulle on if you cut it like that, you know. It's better to have 1 piece instead of 2 pieces. It's just my opinion. So that's why I cut a full circle skirt, and then just cut it in half like that. And how I did my gathering is I just put another layer of gathering. You see on the top there, I just put it like right like above the bottom gathering. So there's 3 layers of gathering on my petty skirt. And then here I am done. I'm going to put the waistline on, and the waistline I just put right side facing onto the petty skirt, and then just sew it straight down. So don't curve it with the dress. The dress should be sewn straight with the waistline instead. So your skirt will be that pretty flare skater skirt looking, okay? When we're done sewing that first side, we'll fold the waistline in half. If you want, you could just go ahead and straight up fold your waistline in half and then just sew it onto the dress. So now we're gonna sew the side of the skirt together. So you're not gonna sew the top of the skirt, the waistline. You guys see? I'm not gonna sew the waistline because that's where I'm gonna stick my elastic through. I'm just gonna sew the skirt piece. So go ahead and just pin and sew the skirt piece, but don't sew the waistline because we're gonna put the elastic in there. And the way you measure the elastic is just go around your waistline and then do it a little bit tighter. So I would say like 2 to 3 inches less than your waist. So mine was 40 inches, and then I would just cut like 38 inches. And then now you're just gonna stick it in there. Just put a safety pin on the end, and then just stick it in the end, the opening of the end, and you just push it through. And then just make sure that you don't put the elastic all the way through because you will lose that other end. So just push your needle with your hands through, and then make sure you watch for the end of the elastic, and then you will add it together. So when you're done putting it through, it should look like this. And then I just put them like right on top of each other. Please make sure that your elastic is facing the right way, you know what I mean? Like both ends, so it's not twisted on the inside, because the first time I did this, my elastic was twisted on the inside and it was annoying, so I had to redo it. So you just zigzag your elastic, the both ends together, and then after you zigzag it, you're just gonna sew this together, and then you just fold it. I just fold it under like that, and then I just overlap it on top of each other like this, and then I just sew it together. You could do a zigzag stitch or a straight stitch on it, and it's fine. So here it is, it's done. Look how cute it is. It's all flare and puffy, so it will look really nice on a circle skirt, like right under a circle skirt. It will really puff it out. So just stay for the pictures if you guys want to see how before and after petty skirt look. And look at the elastic, look how good it fits too. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you guys do. Subscribe if you guys are new to my channel, because I do have videos coming out every week. Very random, knitting, sewing, cooking, whatever else. Let me know what else you guys would like to see me do. Anyways, check out all my pictures at the end. I do have pictures of before and after I put on a petticoat and everything. So I will talk to you guys all later. Don't forget to measure, cut, and sew. Bye guys!